Opening with me blowing my nose. I mean,
welcome everyone. This is our 100th episode.
Are you shocked we made it here?
We are.
Yeah, no one's more shocked than us.
No, for real. And I'm Whitney.
I'm Amy.
And we are On the Haunt, a paranormal podcast.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Ish.
Sometimes-ish. Miranda made us these amazing certificates. Thank you, Miranda. We're going to each sign them and put them up in our offices because we're losers. But we love them so much. Thank you so much. You're so thoughtful and kind.
You are.
It's like so nice.
No one ever thought we'd make it this far, especially the people who know us.
Yeah.
And probably some of you listening. Or the people who stopped listening.
The people who stopped listening definitely didn't think we'd be here.
No.
It's fine.
Joke's on you.
So if you have it in your heart to rate, review, and subscribe, we would appreciate it. Yes. And follow our socials. Thank you.
Yeah. And we're thinking about doing a little...
We are doing.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. We're committed.
Yeah, it's happening.
To doing a giveaway. So if you're listening to this episode, please go to our socials where we say, hey, episode 100's out. Mm-hmm. After you listen to this and post a comment of your favorite moment from this episode. It's a show.
Or this show.
Or if you don't have a favorite moment, make one up. And then share our page.
Yes.
And if you do those two things, you will be entered into a random drawing
to win
an On the Haunt
shirt,
original t-shirt
and
an
autograph photo. Which is so funny to
Maybe a collage. We haven't decided.
Yeah, we were like, what photo would we use? And we were like, but there's so many hilarious ones.
So we don't know what. But
right.
We'll sign it, whatever it is.
Yeah, we will.
Count on that.
You can count.
We also won't look the person in the eye at Walgreens when we go pick it up because it'd be so
They're gonna
embarrassing.
Be like, who are these celebrities?
It might even be poster sized. We don't know.
How do we ship that? We're like... we roll it up.
Well, that's how it comes, rolled up.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Someone's like, whoever wins is like...
shove the t-shirt down in.
Whoever wins is like, what the hell do I do with this? I'm not putting this up in my home.
The UPS store hates us.
Well, anyway, thank you for listening.
We appreciate
it's
you.
It's always
an
adventure.
If you just do those couple little things for us, you could be the lucky winner. If you're the only person who does those things,
you are very likely.
You are 100% going to be the winner.
Yeah, Tanya wins. Tanya. I'm just calling her Tanya now.
We know she'll comment and share.
Yeah, Tanya with an A. It would be easy to find her and get her gifts to her. Or Miranda. Yeah.
But everyone has an equal chance of winning. So we are not biased.
No, we are not.
Honestly, we'll probably just put all the names in a jar or vat, depending on how many of you did. And
I left all my vats at home.
But also, you will have to be comfortable giving us your address so we can ship said
and
items
a shirt
to
size.
you. And a shirt size, yes.
We won't come stalk you. We really won't.
I guess we could even let them pick their design.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have I put up the
Are you really expecting me to know?
Hold on. We might have a new shirt design. Yeah. I think we do. We've clearly been selling out because since I can't even remember.
And it's not like we're going to be making these shirts. We're going to get you a shirt from our site.
From our store.
Professionally made.
Yes. And let's double check here. I'm going to our Instagram, clicking on our link tree. This is how you can find this information if you would like. I'm going to our official merchandise store.
And if you don't want to roll the dice and hope you win, go ahead and get on there and order.
Our Fresno Nightcrawler shirts are up.
I need to order myself one of those.
With original artwork by yours truly.
My quote, her artwork. You're getting the best of both of us here.
I'm really curious as to how this is going to print on a shirt.
Amazingly well.
Okay, great. Yeah. I mean, you have a short sleeve or a crew neck option, go wild.
Yeah.
On the front, there's a little On the Haunt. On the back, it says, I can't take off my pants. I am pants. Original from Amy. Lots of fun color options. I'm now so surprised, but I did this and I don't recall. I like this gray. Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, if you do win, don't feel pressured to order that one. But that's our newest shirt, so you'll be the only one to have it. Or you could probably say the same about any of them.
What? Look at this picture I took of myself. Stickers are selling. Grab yours today. Click here.
And we're just stalking
New merch drop inspired by our fave unexplained phenomena. That's the only sticker of the Fresno Nightcrawler on Instagram. Anyway.
Okay.
Moving on.
We should move on.
I just went down a weird... I like how I forgot I even did that.
So anyways, if you enter to win, listen to episode 101 and we will announce the winner. We'll also DM you. But you should definitely listen, because how exciting would that be to like
hear your name?
Hear your name, like I won something.
I've never win anything. That's how I feel, you know.
100%.
So. You will win. You could win. I shouldn't. No guarantees.
No.
And we're biting.
Now we start
laws.
saying all the small print. This may cause erectile dysfunction, or whatever. Like,
you are not guaranteed to win anything.
No.
Whitney and Amy will not stalk you at your home.
No,
we really.
We
won't,
promise. We don't even leave our houses. How are we going to stop
unless
yours?
someone like wheels me in a medical bed to your house, hospital bed to your house? I'm not coming.
Or we start like a, I don't know, like a motorized scooter gang.
That'd be wild.
That would be wild.
OTH scooter gang.
We'd still look cooler than those of you riding around your side by side.
I'm gonna pee my pants. We have such side-by-side hate.
I really do. That's why people don't like you, Whitney. Let's be honest.
This is what Amy and I talk about. Reasons why people don't like me. I'm like an ostracized outsider who hates side-by-side. Just get a truck or a four-wheeler. Anyway. If you have one
side by side to ride around and feed your cattle.
Right, which is what my neighbor does. Because he's a farmer.
Not ride it to the fast lane.
He's not a functioning alcoholic.
But they think drinking and driving in the side by side's okay because it's not I don't know, a jacked up Dodge Ram or something.
Yeah, you're not going to kill others. You're just going to get yourself killed.
Yes.
Pulling out in front of the jacked up Dodge Ram.
Yes.
Anyway.
I don't understand.
We need to move. Anyone have any suggestions?
Just the two of us. Just
the two of us. We can make it if we would and then we buy side by side. Anyway.
No, never.
Never.
All right. So now I'm going to be taking us to Corpus Christi in Texas for this episode. I love how I've taken it on as my responsibility to reel it in and just get things started. So first I'm going to start at visitcorpuschristi.com, which is like obviously just like a tourism thing.
Corpus Christi means, because that's a Spanish word. But like
the corpse of Christ?
Ispia! Come see. Come one, come all.
The spoiler alert, he's not behind the stone anymore.
Everyone's like, but this is just an empty hole.
Honest, that's the ultimate like ghost story of all times. Well, it's from the dead.
Jesus takes the cake. That's a spin on Jesus take the wheel. You didn't know?
I would much rather him take the cake.
Jesus give a cake.
Yeah.
Could he turn water into cake? Wow.
That'd be fun at parties.
God. Please stop, Whitney. Okay. Stop talking.
So, I'm going to be taking us aboard the USS Lexington. It's also known as the Blue Ghost. So first I'm just going to talk a little bit about the boat itself.
You're killing
me. I
don't know what it is that you're doing that's funny, but it really is. Our nostril sounds are like off the chain. Welcome to episode 100.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
Again, we don't know how we made it this far.
When everyone turned this on, they had to turn down the volume like 10 degrees or...
Apologies.
Levels. whatever.
Their
Eyeball, what are
AirPods
you
were
painting?
vibrating in there.
You're like, God, these ones are so freaking screechy.
You're like, Jamie, what? It's like, no, your headphones.
Oh my God.
So, here are 10 things to know about it. Again, this is on visitcorpuschristi.com.
Amy did not write those.
I did not. It was written by Visit Corpus Christi, Texas on August 27th of
That's a person.
2019. So it says, jump aboard the USS Lexington Museum on the Bay and go back in time to discover history in real life, step onto this World War II aircraft carrier, and become part of the story. Here are 10 fascinating facts about the Blue Ghost. Remember how your mom told you that you were almost named Benji?
No.
What? No, I do not recall that.
That's a funny way to start an article. Because what?
USS Lexington wasn't always going to be the ship's name. Her first name was USS Cabot, like the cheese. But then a different ship was named Cabot Cheese.
Nope.
Oh, their cheese sticks are delicious.
Oh, it's a brand? Mm-hmm. Oh, I was imagining it was like a Gouda, like a type. I was like, what?
Was named but a different ship was already named that. Dang it! It took my name. But trust us, you're on the right ship.
It's like how I wanted to name Rory Piper, but then Jason and Nina named her dog Piper. Which it worked out.
It's fine. She's Rory. I can't imagine doing her as anything else.
And, yeah. We were so mad, though. We're like, we hate your dog! I mean, we didn't say that to them. Sorry if they're not listening,
no.
But...
they have lives.
We love... Don't insult our listen. I almost said viewers. Our viewers.
I meant we don't have lives. I was not referring to
you all are great.
You are.
Without you, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, we love you. Please share and comment for your chance to win a shirt and a... Does anyone even want to sign?
No.
That's the point. Just so you know, we aren't narcissists. We think it's hilarious to give someone an autograph photo of ourselves because we're losers.
They're just going to see it and like rip it up, throw it in the trash.
Yeah, throw it in their fireplace.
Just wanted this shirt. Oh my God, what if Hillary won and it's in your children's school office?
Oh, I would expect it to be framed.
Your children are like avoiding.
They're like, graduation cannot get here soon enough.
Oh God, okay.
Okay, so the USS Lexington CV-16 is technically the second USS Lexington, so they can't come up with anything original.
Everything's called Lexington these days.
The first USS Lexington CV-2 was sunk in the Coral Sea, but was then replaced by the USS Cabot, which was then named USS Lexington. I don't know.
I'm lost.
Okay, fun fact. President.
She did like a finger point.
Before he was president, before he was president, Gerald Ford served on USS Cabot. He later signed the USS Cabot replica aboard the LAX.
What?
Fancy.
He signed a replica of it? Like a toy?
Yes. A model.
Cool. Gerald Ford.
The ship was never camouflaged.
Abraham Lincoln freed slaves.
He signed a replica of it. Well, he may have done other things too, but that probably has nothing to do with this.
I shouldn't laugh because I know nothing about
I've also done nothing to contribute to society in a positive way.
That's not true. You're contributing right now.
That's right.
This is our Why did I just cover myself up with this tablecloth?
I was wondering that. I was like, what's going on under there? Oh, Gerald Ford, she just gets her on.
I just pulled out my Joe Biden lock of hair. That's from an earlier Joe Tweet said privately.
She gets it out and sniffs it occasionally. It's like, oh, how the tables have turned, Joe. Someone's sniffing
I'm
your
on
hair.
to you, Joe. Tell me the secrets of Area 51.
Yes. You can even do it wearing your Ray-Bans.
Biden doesn't even really have hair. How did I get a tuft? I took the last tuft of his hair. He's like, damn it!
Now he's only seen wearing hats exclusively.
That stalker woman? Jill's like, whatever. Jill like couldn't care. She's like, I'm a freaking doctor. Okay? I mean, not a medical doctor, but doctor of education.
Yeah, I don't have time for this crap, Joe.
Look at Bernie. He's just minding his own business, wearing gloves.
Being cold.
So
and very angry looking.
I think that's probably just his face.
Yeah. Oh, I remember when that first happened. Keaton just thought he was the most adorable thing that ever
He is
walked
so
here.
tiny and cute. Who knitted those gloves for him? Like his grandma?
They actually said, I think, and then like their little Etsy shop or something exploded.
That's so cute. He shops at Etsy.
No, I don't know if it was Etsy. I'm just saying that, but
Can you imagine Joe? Or
I'm pretty sure it was someone who
Bernie's
had their
like-
little small business.
he's on Etsy.
Just like,
could use some
but he
wool.
can't do it while he's wearing the gloves.
No. Well, they were mittens, weren't they?
Yeah.
He's like, little fingers are out. So cute. Was he alone? Like, why was no one sitting by him? Or did it just seem he was alone?
I think it's because everyone like photoshopped it where it was just him in his folding chair.
Because he's
There's a little crossed arms.
He looks like he's us. He's like ostracized from society. Oh, he's a socialist.
Just sit by yourself, loser. With your mittens.
Oh, did you drive your hybrid car here? I took a private jet down the street.
I'm a billionaire, you freaking idiots. so joke's on you.
I own the tobacco industry. Spittling on myself. What am I saying? Why are we both doing this? We are off.
I'm here because my hair is filthy.
My hair is so sick too. I'm glad yours is too. I haven't washed it like
I put
all
so
week.
much dry shampoo on today. It looked like I had like a glitter in my hair.
I didn't even
So
bother. I'm
embarrassing.
sorry.
So
No, I'm not.
embarrassing.
Don't be embarrassed on my behalf.
No, I'm embarrassed for like my family.
Oh God. Whew, Bernie. God bless. When he dies, it'll be real sad.
It will be sad.
He's so cute. Can he just become president just because he's tried so hard?
I mean, we've voted people in for less than that.
For
so-
sure. He's like really tried hard.
I mean, he'll die the next week probably. Just let him say
That's what they thought about Joe, though, and he's still like he's like a reanimated corpse. He's literally reanimated. He's like a robot.
Somebody like taxidermies him when he puts his Ray-Bans on him.
Oh God, man! See, we can make fun of everyone.
Yeah.
We don't care.
No, our tasteless jokes don't go down the party lines. We go on either side, people.
Yeah, if you look like a reanimated corpse, you're getting made fun of.
Yeah.
If you need a card that says "sit down," we're making fun of you.
Yes. If you come out with your own NFTs,
We're
definitely gonna laugh
making
at you.
fun of God. If you were on wrestling and then became president, I mean, I'm
And on
slightly
Home Alone
kind of
2.
impressed, but then also horrified.
Keaton had no idea he was on Home Alone 2 until she just watched it at Christmas time. She was like, "Oh my God, Donald Trump's on Home Alone 2."
He's like,
I'm like, Keaton, how do you not know that?
it's honestly impressive and horrifying at the same time.
Wait till she finds out about The Apprentice. Her mind will really be
Yeah,
blown.
or the WWE. He's like slamming people in the face with chairs.
It was Bernie's chair.
Yeah, he's like the bully at high school, you know?
Really?
Give me your chair, Bernie! Ugh. And then he beats someone with
It's Hulk Hogan over the head with it.
or The Rock. Don't you
Oh
know
no,
The
he
Rock?
could never.
No, The Rock should be president. I'd vote for him and his thighs.
I mean, he was running for city council or whatever in Wentzville. Remember Dwayne Johnson?
Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, my back hurts now. Are we ever going to get through this?
No.
I don't even know what's happening. I haven't even gotten
God.
anything.
No one is
paranormal.
going to. No one's even going to be in our contest.
I want to know, like,
What's your favorite
what's your
part?
favorite part? When it ended. When I heard Chris's outro music, that was my favorite. That's what I'd say. Hey, now you can put that.
My favorite part would be the Bernie part so far. Or just any mention of The Rock's rotisserie legs. So glossy.
And now that you know that orange chicken sauce can be purchased at,
Whoa.
you can just
Look out,
come in,
Dwayne.
Dwayne.
I would take a bite right out of him. I love him so
I feel
much.
like I'd chip a tooth.
He's so... Just so nice.
He really is.
And sweet.
I think he really cares about his family. And...
Be my dad. Maybe not. They're old enough. Not like that. Like, be my daddy.
Oh, God. That had a head motion with it.
The podcast Call Me Daddy podcast? Yeah. I only know about it because Jamie Lynn Spears was on it. And I'm like, why is it called that?
Yeah.
Call me dad. Like, I'm your daddy.
Yeah.
I was like, is this like female empowerment? Or I'm just kind of cringing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, Jamie Lynn Spears went home on episode 2 or maybe 3 of Special Forces, by the way.
Okay.
She missed her kids. She felt like a shit mom. I'm like, what? It's literally 1 week.
Yeah. Weren't you getting paid for this? Like,
now you can't feed your kids, Jamie Lynn. Moving on. So, sorry. I don't know. I'm recommitting.
I don't think we even care about the interesting facts about this boat. Let's just
tell us about the ghost.
haunting. So let's go to...
We're already 20 minutes. We've only talked about Bernie Sanders.
Whatever.
He's adorable.
Okay, so let's go to the
hugs.
Journal News Online.
Okay.
Journalnews.com.
Journal News Online.
This was written by Jocelyn LeBlanc. Maybe Matt's sister.
Have you read, speaking of that, have you read Chandler's book? What's Matthew Perry?
Not.
Okay, me neither.
Apparently he talks smack on, who was it? Remember he was like...
One of the cast members?
No, he was like...
Keith Morrison?
No.
Okay.
He was talking about some celebrity that died. It was like, why did they have to die? Why couldn't it have been this celebrity?
That's
I remember
that
being like a ruckus when this book first came out. But
I'm
now I don't
probably
remember
gonna read
any
it,
of the
though,
celebrities.
Because I'm curious.
Okay, so Jocelyn LeBlanc wrote this article on August 19th of 2020. Okay, so we know the USS Lexington.
The lexicon of our nation. Isn't that like your language?
Yes.
Yeah. We're actually smart. Okay, we know definitions.
Yeah, we know root words.
Our tongues
I
don't
took
work.
Latin in high school.
That's hilarious. Shouldn't you know what Corpus Christi means?
Probably. I don't know. Every day I would ask for a bathroom pass and begin class, and she'd give me one, and then I just would come back in the last 2 minutes of class.
What were you doing? The old smoking in the girls' room?
No, I would go to the library and read.
Aww.
Such a loser.
Yeah, you're like, but I'm reading.
Yeah, I still pass the class.
Yeah, that's boring.
Okay, so anyways, the ship was decommissioned in 1991, and it's currently a very popular tourist attraction in Corpus Christi, Texas, and it's apparently a paranormally active ship, as several former crew members, as well as tourists, claim to have experienced unexplained activity on board the vessel. In fact, it's considered to be one of the most haunted places in all of America. Well, we've heard that about multiple articles we've read on different topics. But whatever, you do you.
Yeah, do you.
One popular story is a spirit with piercing blue eyes called Charlie, who is always dressed in full Navy uniform. Oh, Charlie. And is often seen in engine room number 2. Several tourists have commented on the fantastic tour guide in the engine room who gives lectures on how the turbines work. But there weren't any guides on the ship. Come on! Let me tell you about the turbines. It's a ghost.
No, everyone's like, nobody cares.
How do you not know that's a ghost? They're just standing there listening about turbines.
They're like, this guy doesn't have a lower half, but he's going to listen.
Yeah, because I'm really into turbines.
There's like a fog around him, but I'm not deterred.
No, he's a little transparent, but it's fine. He apparently likes to turn off lights and shut doors, too. Another helpful spirit, dressed in full uniform, has helped tourists who were lost find their way back to deck. Well, that's kind. One person even claimed to have seen several spirits of soldiers running across the deck during a thunderstorm. Another interesting story was when several painters were working on the ship. They left for a quick break, and when they returned, everything was painted for them. Wow!
That's amazing.
That is amazing. I need one of those.
Yeah, for dishes.
Yeah, they would never leave a dirty pan in my sink.
No.
Filled with Dawn dish soap. But not all the spirits are nice and helpful, as one woman claimed to have seen a ghost with scars on its face and no eyes that charged toward her while she was on the bridge.
No eyes?
Other ghostly apparitions include a chief petty officer wearing his uniform and staring at visitors with a scowl on his face. A Japanese pilot who caused several deaths as a result of an attack
Did you hear that?
has also been seen on the ship. Maybe they're just now leaving.
Okay.
Because remember he said we would be... No, they were leaving in like 5 to 10. Oh, God. Are we about to die?
At least when you're...
Is that how episode 100 is going out? Are we going to die?
It's Darren.
Okay.
Does he know we're here? You're like scared.
Your car's here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's just Darren and his son. I thought
We're not going to...
He's a police
officer. A way to
officer.
go out with a bang for episode 100. We get murdered. Chris has the
audio.
I almost said photographic evidence, but that's
He has
not
the
what I meant.
autographic evidence.
Whatever. Making up words.
Audio.
So there have been several shadow figures reportedly seen roaming around the deck as well as other locations on board the ship. Renee Merida, who is, I don't know, totally wrong, but whatever, is the education coordinator, stated that security officers heard the sounds of people running through the hangar bay in the middle of the night around 3 a.m. That's not the middle of the night. I get up an hour after that, people. The damage control officer...
Yeah, you get up in the middle of the night. I'm titling this one The One Where We Die. Because like almost...
The damage control officer said he didn't see anything on the security cameras and went to see what the noise was coming from. He explained that when he witnessed a shadow figure or shadow figures running in chaos. The officer never came back. What do you mean never came? Like he never came back to the ship or he never returned from... I have questions. Other paranormal activity include the smell of food while walking through the kitchen. Well... what else are you going to smell? Unless it's a non-functioning kitchen now.
And unless no one's there.
Yeah. Hearing strange noises and unexplained screaming while in the area, where some soldiers have passed away and hearing the sounds of distant gunfire. Unexplained footprints have appeared on the freshly mopped deck, in addition to some people hearing someone walking up behind them, but when they turned around, nobody was there. Others have felt sick when visiting the switch room. Now that's one haunted ship. Ooh.
Ships
It's
interesting. Ships are often haunted, you know?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff. A lot of people,
happens.
a lot of, yeah.
And water.
I'm going to go to Caller.com, which also said I needed a subscription, so I copied and pasted the whole article. Haha, joke's on you.
Get off your subscription high horse.
This is titled, Is the USS Lexington in Corpus Christi haunted? These people think so.
Oh.
By Megan Falcon. Cool name, Megan.
Falcon.
There's... Excuse me, I'm touching. I'm not sure whether it's funny. More horrifying, but okay.
Well, because you're... Excuse me, I'm touching.
There's a reason why people are called the Lexington Museum on the Bay.
I'm not sure why that's funny.
So tired of being laughed at.
Yeah, you should be used to it by now.
I really should.
We both should.
One of the most haunted places in America. It's funny because when I'm not trying to be funny, people laugh. But when I attempt to be funny, people take me seriously. Like the other day, I was like hanging up artwork. So I was standing on a chair. And I was like, hey guys, if I fall off of here, assume my hip is broken. They're like, okay, Mrs. Johnston. I'm like, that was supposed to be a joke.
Yeah, but we're old, so people think that's
yeah, they took me. They were like, okay, we will treat you delicately as if
we
your
will
hip is
call an
broken."
ambulance. Oh my God. Well, then you fall and then they don't call an ambulance.
Well, that's true. And then I just die from a broken hip.
And
from a broken heart because no one cares.
Snakes fall from the ceiling on you.
Snakes and birds.
Oh my God, you really should get paid more.
I really should. There are things that cannot be explained on the decommissioned World War II aircraft carrier, including ghostly touches and shadowy figures roaming the deck.
Touches. Sexy. Sexy.
Unwarranted. So, yeah, you do not have my consent. Stop it. Charles Rusty Rusla, director of operations and exhibits, said the museum receives hundreds of reports of supernatural activity each year. Ooh. Among the most famous sightings are a sailor dressed in uniform helping lost guests find their way back, and a sailor in the engine room giving the lecture on how the turbines work. Yes, we've heard.
That guy again.
He just keeps coming back.
He's just constantly lecturing.
There are too many accounts that there has to be something to it, said Steve Banta, the museum's executive director. Russell, I don't know, whatever, Rusty, said he has experienced several...
Rusty Russell or whatever. What's his name? Russell or Roostle?
Well, his last name's Roostle, and his name's Charles, quote, Rusty.
Oh, I thought...
So probably because his last name is
I thought you were about to say his name is Russell Roostle. I was like, that's not cool.
It's Rusty Roostle. That's not cool either.
Yeah, they give him a nickname based off his last name. Well, you can't give up your last name and you have a nickname. You give up your first name.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Here he is. He looks like he really likes his job. I mean, his
like
official polo.
Looks like he's a coach. Like he's coaching a team.
Oh God, my battery's almost dead. He's experienced a lot of supernatural occurrences during his 26 years. I've always been a skeptic, but there's some things. It just says it will sleep soon.
That is ominous. It's about to be a short episode.
The museum official said one of his best ghost stories involved losing 6 pin caps over the course of 5 weeks.
What?
That's not paranormal. That's live.
From your
caps on his pins. I always use a ballpoint pen, and over the course of a few weeks, I lost about 6 pin caps off my desk.
Really transitioned to
the day I lost the 6 pin cap, I turned over my office looking for them. My office was spotless by the time I was through, and I never found them. It wasn't until I returned to my office the next morning I found all 6 pin caps laying side by side, right in front of my computer keyboard.
Weird. Also, who says ballpoint?
I don't have time for your questions.
It's about to...
Russell said no one has ever been hurt by the ghosts on the ship. If anything, all the occurrences have been playful, not menacing. And then the museum's education coordinator says the damage control officer said he didn't see anything on the security cameras. And we already heard that story. Bill Miller, volunteer and paranormal tour guide at the Lexington, said he believes what officers are witnessing at night are sailors running for cover after a torpedo attack hitting the ship. They're constantly doing the same thing over and over again, maintaining the ship, he said of the ghosts. This was their home and they don't want to go anywhere else. Why is it called the Blue Ghost? Well,
Good question.
Gets her nickname the Blue Ghost because... I don't know why. The Japanese reported the Lexington sunk no less than 4 times, yet each time she returned to fight again, leading the propagandist Tokyo Rose to nickname her the Blue Ghost. So they're saying she's a ghost.
How does the ship come back up?
Well, she was reportedly sunk, so she wasn't actually sunk. The name is tribute to the ship and the crew and air groups that served aboard her. Do you want to see the ghost?
Yes.
Of Lady Lex yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Take a tour to investigate. Are you interested in seeing if Lady Lex
Are these
is really haunted?
rhetorical?
Now you can. Take a paranormal tour of spaces around the ship that have reported sightings of activities. Visitors interested in participating in a ghost tour can contact the sales office and schedule their arrival time after 5 p.m. The cost
Thanks, Amy.
It's $50 per... That seems a little steep.
That is steep.
Per person, you must be 18 or older.
Okay,
so that's...
Oh, that got exciting at the
Sorry,
end.
I just had to get off of there because... Dang, man, I thought I was really good at charging my battery. Whew, living on the edge, man.
Oh, that was wild. That was really
sorry
wild.
about that, guys.
Oh, don't be sorry. We loved it.
I should have brought my... Oh, I do have my charger.
Oh, my God. Amy Johnston.
I panicked for nothing.
Whatever. Last episode was like 100 hours long.
Why is she replying sure to me? I never texted her.
Who?
Keaton. And then where are you? Oh, sure was from yesterday. Where are you?
How does she not know? It's a Saturday. Okay, so last episode I told you about his mysterious.
We did talk about Mr. Ed also.
Mr. Ed. Oh my God. We talked about Gene Spangler's death, and we briefly talked about this, but now I'm going to give you a more backstory on this.
I love how we're both so lazy. We really hyped up we had all these big ideas of what we were going to do for our 100th episode.
I blame Chris and Mandy.
I was like, well, I'm on a Reddit thread about where haunted places to go in Texas. And that gave me my topics, and then I just Googled the topics.
Yeah. I blame Chris. He had a great idea. Yeah. He let us down. Chris, it's your fault. Just kidding. We don't care.
Well, he doesn't want to be associated with this Hot Mess Express. I don't blame him. Bad enough he has to put these out every week and write music.
I know, he's probably like, can they please pay me a paycheck?
If anyone's shocked about us making it to 100, I'm pretty sure it's Chris. I don't think he would have ever committed to this had he thought.
I'd like to slowly back out of this. Take a few steps
slow backwards towards the door.
Oh my God. Okay. So I'm talking to you about the Black Dahlia is what I was trying to get at.
Okay.
This is quite a mystery.
It is.
Let's go. 10 a.m. Put yourself here. January 15th, 1947. I don't know what the weather's like.
What a time. You're wearing a smart pantsuit and smoking because you don't know it's bad for you yet.
Right. With your kids inside the house.
Or in your womb.
Or
while drinking absinthe.
You're in Los Angeles. The weather's probably nice. You're Betty Bersinger. You're a local housewife, and you're walking down North Avenue when you see something disturbing in an empty lot on the street. When she first saw the corpse, Bersinger said that the body was so white that at first she assumed it had to be a mannequin. Why do you think mannequins are in the street?
To quote my favorite murder.
Well, I mean, why would there be mannequins in like a yard?
The time my friend Stacy's mom thought she saw a head floating in the Mississippi River and called authorities.
What was it?
It was like one of those styrofoam heads, like you put wigs on.
And you're like, why is that?
So see, she was the opposite. She didn't assume it was a mannequin. She
assumed it was a person.
So good for you, Peggy, for alerting the authorities. You're a hero.
You're a hero. Is that a song?
No. And then a hero comes.
Oh, I was thinking, isn't there a song called Hero by Enrique Iglesias?
Oh, I can be your hero, baby.
I don't want you to be my hero, Enrique.
There's also, where have all the good men gone and where?
No, I'm sorry.
From Footloose, I need a hero. I think it's also on
coming
Shrek
back.
2.
It's also on Shrek 2.
Well, I thought maybe that would ring a bell with you more than Footloose.
I have seen both fine films. I feel like I am going to fart on accident. I'm really trying hard not to, but these laughter, it's just like...
You can't hold it in. It can travel up your spine and make you have an aneurysm.
Really?
No. Why would you believe me?
I don't know. You're in my elder.
I am also her, what's it called when you give someone like medical rights?
You're my watcher.
I'm your living will person.
My
medical liaison? No.
What?
What's it called?
You liaise.
Your medical care.
Oh my God. Power of attorney?
Yeah. Maybe that. Medical power of attorney. That's it.
She's like, just pull the plug. It's over for her. It's been over. Let's be honest. It's been over for a while for Whitney. Just pull the plug.
I would sit there questioning what would she want.
Her children are better off.
Finally would just wake up and scream at me. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay.
Put me out of my misery.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. This is great. But when she realized that what she was looking at was actually a severed corpse. I don't know a lot about the Black Dahlia, actually, until I didn't read this.
Well,
so I'm reading this to you now.
A few years ago.
I don't think I saw it. It just popped up.
Was that like Josh Hartnett or someone?
Yes.
Okay. It was pretty good.
I need to pull it up. I need
to
watch
you
it.
and I went and saw it together.
Maybe we
in the
did.
Theater.
Wait, this is ringing a bell.
Sounds like something we would have went to see.
It really does.
When else would I have watched that?
So she contacted the authorities, and the body she found was Elizabeth Short.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson was in that?
So who's the Black Dahlia?
Elizabeth Short was Mia Kirshner.
Oh, she looks like...
Hilary Swank? What?
I need to rewatch this.
Yeah. Prince Charles. Nope, it's James Otis. But he looks like Prince Charles. Except his eyebrows are bushier.
Those eyebrows are offensive. That is like... How do you blink?
Well, maybe he enjoys brushing them.
James.
I'm not going to laugh at anybody's eyebrows. I got no room.
James Otis. He's just like, this is... that's so his relaxing. ASMR. He should be on TikTok. God, he's okay. This is, and we're laughing, and this is like the most horrific murder of all time.
That's how we get through this, people.
It really is. I mean, like, I don't understand what happened here. So her body was cut in half. Like, what? How do you do that? And pieces of her flesh, this is gross, had been cut away from her body. She was severely mutilated, but there was no blood anywhere, suggesting that she had been cleaned and positioned before she was put into that spot. Like, why?
Yeah, clearly where she was found was not the murder scene.
And, like, why are you going to cut her in half? What is the purpose of that? You're sick.
Because it was personal.
Yeah. The LAPD identified Elizabeth Short by her fingerprints, and an autopsy was performed on Short's body on January 16th, 1947. This is from an article called from novelsuspects.com. Where did I lost it? Marks on her body suggested that she had been bound and tortured and that her official cause of death was shock and cerebral hemorrhage. The police then sent out a bulletin in the hopes of finding more information about her. Eventually, some details came out. She had moved to Los Angeles in July of that year. She worked as a waitress, and she struggled to get acting roles in Hollywood. I mean, that's the name of the game, isn't it? And she lived in a rented room behind the Florentine Gardens nightclub on Hollywood Boulevard. As news about her murder began to circulate, newspapers started referring to her as the Black Dahlia, mostly due to her striking, dyed black hair. How do you know it was dyed? First of all. And the black clothing she wore. The story of the Black Dahlia made headlines for weeks. On January 24th, 1947, a suspicious manila envelope addressed to the Los Angeles Examiner and other LA papers was discovered. The envelope included a letter using cutout words. Whoa.
That's always creepy.
That is. And you never hear about it actually happening. It's just in movies. That said, here is Dahlia's belongings. Inside the envelope were Short's birth certificate, business cards, photographs, names written on pieces of paper, and an address book. So, I mean, that could have been someone who maybe just had that, not the murderer, and is like, I'm doing this because I ain't trying to be involved.
Here's her stuff. It's just like a landlord or something.
All of the contents of the envelope had been cleaned with gasoline, similar to how Short's body had been cleaned. Gasoline? Why not like rubbing alcohol or bleach?
Yeah, unless gasoline was just more readily available.
Maybe. So gross. This led authorities to believe that the letter was from her killer. Police contacted approximately 75 men from her address book, but the majority of the men claimed to have known her only briefly. Due to the nature of the precise cuts on her body, authorities suspected someone in the medical field could have been the killer, and police served a warrant to the USC Medical School, which was located close to where her body had been found. But after several interviews and background checks, they were still no closer to solving the case. Although the case went cold, her people's fascination with the story has not dissipated. Many books and blah blah blah. So let's talk about some suspects here. Here we go. I'm back now, Metal.
Not Josh Hartnett.
Not Josh Hartnett. Not Kirk Cameron.
or Hilary Swank.
So she was also. I found on hold on, where is this? Oh, did I lose that? The FBI's website has an article about the Black Dahlia.
Oh.
I know, the FBI has a lot of stuff, actually. I was really surprised. Because they took her fingerprints and they ran them through her collection, not her collection, the FBI's collection, which had more than 100 million prints on file at the time, which is shocking to me.
Yeah.
But she had
no computer, so they actually had to have a human being with their actual eyeballs.
Nuts.
Comparing that.
So they found two hits. One that she had applied as a job as a clerk at the commissary of the Army's Camp Cook in California that year. And second, that she had been arrested by the Santa Barbara police for underage drinking 7 months later after she had applied for that job. And her mugshot was in the file.
Oh. So that's where that picture comes from then.
That's her mugshot, which is just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because, mugshots are... But then there's this picture that you see everywhere.
And you get you're so much trouble they take a mugshot because you were underage drinking.
Yeah, calm down.
That seems a bit extreme.
Nothing else to do. Okay, so let's see here. Which of these were her killer? First up is George Hodel, the womanizing doctor who may have been maybe the Black Dahlia killer.
Ooh, there was a TV series on a couple years ago about this. Now it's all coming back to me.
And this guy's son ended up being a police officer. let's go. Here we go. For Steve Hodel, a former LAPD detective, the idea that his father, George, may have killed Elizabeth Short started with a hunch. While looking through George's belongings after his death, he found a tiny photo album that contained 2 photos of a dark-haired woman, a woman who bore an uncanny resemblance to the Black Dahlia. As reported by The Guardian, Steve started to dig into this theory and came up with some compelling clues. His father was a doctor, would have had the necessary skill to slice her in 2. His handwriting seemed to match those letters to the police, and he appeared to have purchased bags of concrete shortly before her death, which matched bags found near her body. What did he do with the concrete?
Was he maybe going to try to
make her
pour it all over and then... But like, that'd take a lot of water and stuff.
Yeah, like what?
Maybe he hoped if he poured it on her and then if it rained, that would somehow
weird.
conceal her body. I don't really understand.
How about you just go throw her in a river then? Like, why are you gonna? You wanted her to be seen. You put her in like a yard.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either. And when Steve published a book about his findings, called Black Dahlia Avenger. Okay, that's dramatic. He found a Los Angeles Times columnist found even more evidence as he fact-checked Steve's story. According to The Guardian, Los Angeles Times columnist Steve Lopez asked the Los Angeles County District Attorney for more information on the Black Dahlia murder. They sent over a number of old files, among which Lopez found George Hodel's name on the list of suspects. What's more, Lopez found that the police had even bugged his home in the 1950s.
Oh.
On February 19th, 1950, a recording device picked up a woman's scream. Later, it recorded George talking on the phone with someone and telling them, "Realized there was nothing I could do, put a pillow over her head and covered her with a blanket. Get a taxi." Expired 12/59. They thought there was something fishy. Anyway, now they may have figured it out. Killed her. What?
Oh.
The doctor added, "Supposing I did kill the Black Dahlia, they couldn't prove it now. They can't talk to my secretary anymore because she's dead." Ooh.
Did he kill her too?
Sounds like it. With a pillow over her head? Creepy.
Yeah, because they didn't bug his house till
after
he was a suspect. So that wasn't her screaming. Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
All right. Next suspect, Leslie Dillon and Mark Hansen. Is this a woman or is Leslie a man? Let's find out together. One theory about the Black Dahlia murder was that it wasn't one person who killed her, but maybe as many as 3. Author Pew Eatwell...
Pew! Eat well.
Argued in her 2017 book, Black Dahlia Red Rose, that the murder was carried out by Leslie Dillon and Jeff Connors at the behest of a Los Angeles nightclub owner named Mark Hansen. As Eatwell explains, one of the first clues about the Black Dahlia murder came shortly after Short's body was found. On January 24th, 1947, the Los Angeles Examiner received a number of her belongings, blah, blah, blah. The bundle also contained an address book with the name Mark Hansen on the front. Short had allegedly stayed a couple of nights with Hansen, the nightclub owner, with friends in the LAPD. Oh, a nightclub owner with friends in the LAPD before her death. And Hansen had allegedly pursued the aspiring actress, though Short rebuffed him. Nothing's more dangerous than a rebuffed man.
God forbid.
Yeah. 2 years later, the LAPD seemed to get a break in the case when a man who called himself Jack Sand called and started to make claims about the Black Dahlia case. He said that a man named Jeff Connors had killed Short because, per Rolling Stone, she'd threatened to reveal an affair not considered proper by the average person. Okay, calm down. Okay.
And don't victim blame. God.
I know.
Gross.
Moving on.
People suck.
The gangster and the newspaper publisher may have killed Elizabeth Short. While George Hodel, I think George Hodel did it. Like, I'm just being honest here.
Well, his name always, like, that rang him. And that's when I was like, oh, yeah, there was that TV series on. And it was really good, too, actually.
Let's see here.
Don't ask me what it was called.
Someone else wrote a book. They claim that she was murdered by the gangster Bugsy Siegel at the request of newspaper publisher Norman Chandler. Like, why do they care?
They always just blame gangsters for stuff. Cause
I know.
They can.
They're saying that the Chandler had a brief relationship with Elizabeth Short, and then she got pregnant, and then he enlisted Siegel to kill her. Which is like, okay, calm down. Where are we at here? 49. Moving on. This other person, George Knowlton, the man whose daughter thinks he was a Black Dahlia killer. Here's a lady with a smoking inside with a
old school spiral photograph book.
What's with the sticky pages.
Is that what it's called? A photograph book?
Scrapbook?
Photo album. Yep.
She's got newspaper articles in here.
Yeah. I'm sure her whole house just smells like cigarette smoke. It's in the plaster wall covering.
With this gold-plated frame behind her.
Yes.
So this lady, Janice Knowlton, she thinks that her dad, George Knowlton, was the Black Dahlia killer. She wrote a book, Daddy Was a Black Dahlia Killer.
Wow. Original.
God. Janice wrote in her book that she started to remember things she believed she'd suppressed in the late 80s. Like her dad was long dead, but she started recalling sexual abuse by him and a disturbing memory of him murdering a young woman she knew as Aunt Betty. Janice claimed that she saw her father beat Elizabeth Short to death with a claw hammer. Oh my God. But was her head on her body? I feel like it was.
They found parts of her, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, they would have known that.
Yeah.
If she was like...
Yeah.
Now I'm going to Google this. Because I believe it was... Because they just say that...
Well, they said dismembered, though, so I don't know. Does that just mean the cut in half? Dismembered can mean so many things. I feel like her head was...
Oh, God.
Not gone.
No, it's there. And they gave her like a Glasgow smile. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's too... And we're going to end there. Because I just Googled...
We just like took
don't
it down
do that.
20 notches.
Don't Google that.
No.
Please don't.
Let that be our
Why
PSA.
is that on the internet? Anyway.
Stop it.
Well, thanks,
yeah,
you guys.
You guys.
You're the cutest.
We've enjoyed this ride, and we hope to keep riding it.
Wow. God. Not you.
Woodsmiths.
Yeah. Sounds like you said woodsmiths.
Wood and words.
We're smiths of things.
We're terrible at both.
Thank you for listening. We love you.
For real. Like, share us.
Yeah, for real.
Comment. What was your favorite part?
Yes. You'll get yourself
of this episode.
Maybe.
And you might win the greatest gifts of all time. Bye.
Bye.